Hi guys, welcome back to another Matchbox Garage video. I'm Rob, and today I'm going to attempt to take this Monteverdi hay from shabby to shiny. Now I don't know anything about this car, I'd never heard of it before. I've done a little bit of Google research and it seems like just a handful were built in either red or purple. So I'm not sure where Matchbox come up with this orange. But we'll change that today. So let's start by removing the rivets, drill down the centre, remove the flange and tap the hole. Using my very handy vise. Now this is a good little roller, this one. It's got quite a bit of weight to it, so it seems to be quite well made. But underneath it reads Matchbox Super Fast number 3 Monteverdi hay, made in England 1973. Now I'm sure I'm pronouncing that incorrect, and there will be a few that will correct me down in the comments. But I've already pre-drilled this one, so you see the screws there, and the car itself in good condition, in a strange orange with a sticker on the front, a big decal. If I owned one of these in real life, I certainly wouldn't want to put a great big sticker or decal along the front, so I don't put it back, especially in a custom. Of course, if it was a true restoration, then perhaps, but for me, no. This is going to be in purple today. Like I say, looking at the old Googles, it's either going to be red or purple, and I've done a few red cars, so fancy the purple one today. But we'll remove the screws here. The rear one playing ball, the front one not so much. I think I over tightened the tap and took out a few of the threads, so she's only hanging in by a couple of threads on the front. Enough, plenty enough, but just annoying when you're trying to take it apart, especially when on camera. So the base with this little kind of suspension here, wheels in good condition, need a bit of a clean up of course, but otherwise, I just left the wheels in place, tidied up the base, put a bit of chrome. Don't know why my compressor just come on there, but anyway, apologies. The interior, good condition, everything as it should be. Nice bit of detail. I'm going to add a bit of a brown wash to this just to kind of liven it up, but otherwise, very nice. A blue windscreen here. Now, I'm not a fan of the coloured ones. I prefer it if it was just clear. And I chose this car because, one, I never heard of it and I thought it would be quite fun. But two, I thought the windscreen was fine. When I took it apart, it appeared that it had cracked, but it's not. You can see here, I'm kind of confused as I'm looking at it myself for the first time. I think it's a manufacturing defect or something in the actual plastic. Now, you cannot see it kind of really when it's in place in the car from the outside. So, I cleaned it up best as I could using my standard kind of pledge again. Some dried white substance on the inside of here. No comment. So removing the door retainer here. I never put this into my paint stripper or caustic soda. I feel as if it's so thin that I'm going to have nothing left by the time that's kind of the acids or whatever it is going to attack it. So we'll put the actual casting itself plus the doors into some boiling water in my glass jar here. Add a couple of teaspoons of caustic soda. If you're going to do this, ventilation, eye protection and gloves, very dangerous. But I do enjoy it. Who don't enjoy a bit of danger, right? And this is valuable stuff. I can't waste a crumb of it. Now you can see that the water's taken on a bit of an orange tinge straight away, which is always a good sign. It just means that the paint is being dissolved and it should be nice and easy within the next 30 seconds, a minute, for me just to wash it down the sink. You can see on the top there some paint floating already, plus the decals, they certainly come off straight away. And then here you can see the paint is, you know, sometimes it just holds on, but it's lifted. You know, it just comes off nice and easy. As you can see, just a couple of minutes later, having rinsed it through the tap, and the casting has come off with all the paint removed. There's a couple of little bits still hanging on there, but you know, it just rubs off, so no complaints there. The casting always comes out with this oxidation on there, but comes off with the wire wheel or a bit of steel wool. Doors there, nice bit of detail on the inside of the doors. I think it's kind of almost late 70s going into the 80s. That's where some of the details stopped. But I'm just going to take off the... Whoops. That was lucky. Now, this is how it should come out. Looks beautiful. It looks like it's just been made. And part of me considered leaving it unpainted. But, you know, where's the fun in that? So we go with the fine surface primer, and because it's got the doors, what I always start with the doors open, paint into the door jambs there, paint underneath the bottoms of the doors, just to make sure we got full coverage. It's a bit tricky, kind of getting all angles whilst trying to capture everything on camera, but you know, I'll get there in the end. I always double check everything. If there's anything that I may have missed, you know, just give it another little squirt. And then after probably 5-10 minutes of it drying, close up the doors. I try and leave the doors open just a tad, just in case it's not 100% dry and then it sticks. But I'll just leave the doors open just a little tad. You may not see that. But then at this stage, just cover the whole car. I just do one singular coat, and I've never had an issue with this method. Looks great in white too, to be honest. And then, whilst that's off to dry, I've just kind of painted in the chrome on the wheels and just a little dab inside of the exhaust tips there with the black paint. You know, it's those little details that I enjoy doing that, for the most part, no one will ever notice, but you and me will notice those kind of little things, and that's why I do it. But you can actually read the bottom there now. Now, I'm going to go with a purple. I'm going to try again these Model Air. Where is it? Let me just get the pronunciation correct. Vallejo. That is the perfect pronunciation. Trust me with that. Even though everybody gives me about 10 different pronunciations. But a bit of a mixture of colours here to come out with this purple metallic colour. And it comes out at a rate of knots, even though I did turn down my airbrush. But it's all good. It's all good. Now, I actually mixed in some deionized water to thin it out just a tad, which has actually given me a bit of a problem because the water does not mix well with this paint. Nothing mixes well with this paint. I've used thinners. I've now used water as per recommendation from someone in the comments. It doesn't work. I just have to stick with it as is, straight from the the bottle. But again, just kind of going in with the door shuts there, put it to one side to dry, close up the doors, and then come back with the rest of the paint. Now, it was here that I realised I'm going to get an issue. Like I say, the water didn't mix with the paint, so I was getting, 99% paint and then like a splash of water, and then the water wasn't, obviously there was no colour in the water, there's no paint there, so I had these kind of pits, as you can see, all over the car. And at this point I nearly threw everything out of the window and gave up, but I just put it to one side, took a breath, kind of had a look at the windshield and the interior there. So I've just dipped the windshield into the pledge, and then I've gone over with some brown paint plus my Citadel null oil mixed together, just to create a bit of something on the interior. I think it actually looks really cool. And off camera, because I was that annoyed, I threw away the paint, started again, another mix, same three, just without water this time, and actually it was okay. So these just the other three bits and pieces. Now everything's dry, and the body itself, as you can see, eventually it went on okay. There's one tiny little pit there, but I accept that, and I'm going to move on from it onto the next one. But I'm just going to put this together off camera. A little reminder of what she looked like. And the result. I actually really like this car, other than that tiny little pit on the left door, but we move on. Painted in the front kind of spotlights there, painted in the rear lights and the registration. I really like this colour. It's kind of my own silvery purple mix. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. It'll go well in my collection. So I'll take this opportunity to thank my Patreons, Wheels and Things, and Build It Outcast. And thank you guys for watching. Fingers crossed you'll stick around for the next one.